Hey guys, welcome back. So we're going to jump into the palette. I'm going to give you my thoughts as we go. First, I'm starting with CITRINE, which is that orange shade, and I really wanted a warm look because this palette is warm based. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. In hindsight, I don't love this palette. It swatched fine, but as I was watching the film, I felt like it was getting muddy, and I'll kind of walk you through. So this first shade was fine. It was normal. You know, it was blending out fine. I'm just applying it all over the crease, a little bit in the lid, and then I'm smoking it on the lower lash line to start. I want to say that I have built a lot of mattes together and they didn't get muddy, but these did for some reason. So just follow along. So now I'm using Tiger Eye, which is just like a tan shade, a little bit darker, and I'm going to focus that with a smaller brush in the crease. And I hope you guys can see. I don't know why it started to get muddy. I don't know why I look orange in this clip either because I didn't change anything and then my camera kind of goes back. So bear with me, I have a new camera, but it jumps back to being normal. I don't know if it's just all the orange tones. So I'm using this on the crease. I don't know if you can see. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. A little bit patchy, a little bit muddy. I'm just not impressed. As I was doing the tutorial, I was like, you know what, I don't want to do a bunch of liner, I want to do something different, and I just was like trying to salvage it, but I just wasn't in love. So then I'm going to go into the bronze. I'm thinking, okay, let me go for the deeper shade and really try to add some depth in here. And I feel like it just kept getting muddier. Let me know in the comments if you see what I see, but I was applying it. You see how it's not blending very nicely? Like I'm trying to blend it and I just don't feel like it's moving very much. It's almost sticking. It's hard to describe. So now I took bronze and ONYX and I'm using this with a brow brush and I'm just applying it like as a liner. It just felt, I don't know you guys, I'm just being honest and I hate to be such a Debbie Downer. Maybe I'm being too critical. My first impression is I did not like this palette. When I swatched it, it was fine. When I used it on the eyes, I can't tell if I don't like the formula or I just don't like the colors. It's just very like, this sounds awful, but very like poopy, muddy, like not the right kind of browns. Not the browns that I would gravitate towards. So I'm just going with it. I'm popping on some lashes. I didn't want to do a winged liner because I felt like that would be so boring just because there's not much color in this palette. I was trying to smoke it out and I was just having such a hard time. So now I'm going back in with that bronze to try to salvage this. So I'm going to use a flat definer on my lower lash line. Am I being too hard on myself? Let me know in the comments. I just didn't, when I was done with my makeup, I did not feel pretty. I felt like my eyes were muddy and messy, but I just had to go to work and I didn't have time to like mess around with it. So now I'm going in and using a, what is it? Bronzer from MAC. I'm sorry. I feel so bad like being negative, but I'm just being honest. You know, I just didn't love the palette, you know, for $50. It's not even about loving it. I didn't really like it even. So now I'm going to contour. I'm using the Tarteist Contour Kit, and I'm using the darker shade because I am quite tan. I've been loving this Makeup Geek contour brush. I've talked about it. So I'm going to use that to really carve out my cheekbones and bring some life back to my face just because I felt like, I almost feel like these shadows just made me look sick or something. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, guys. Sometimes I get in a funk, so tell me in the comments what you think. But I just, first impression, I don't love it. I'm going to try it again in a different tutorial and see if I can change my mind. Maybe I was having a bad makeup day, but I just felt like it looks messy. It wasn't blending right. So that's just my thoughts. So now I'm going in with the new Ofra highlighter in Rodeo Drive, and I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm not in love with this either. It's okay, but I really love, you know, other highlighters, and I just wasn't that into it. So now I'm taking a black liner in the waterline. I feel like I'm being so negative. I'm sorry, guys. I just really had to be honest about this tutorial. But I wanted to put it up because it was my first impression, so I want to tell you how I was feeling when I was doing it. I decided to take some diamond brown eyeliner and put it actually on the lower lash line, like not in the waterline, underneath, to try to add some depth back in there because I felt like I just couldn't get it built up with that Kylie palette. It's so soft, almost too soft. Like I just feel like I couldn't get any definition. So now I'm going to apply some mascara, and then I decided if I'm going with the Kylie shadow, let me go in with a Kylie lip. So I decided to line my lips. I'm using the Bare Minerals lip liner, and then I'm going to go in with my lip stain. I love doing a lip stain. If you're new to my channel, it's just kind of my signature thing. I always apply a lip stain so that when my lipstick wears off, I still have a pretty stain, and it just creates like an ombre effect. So I'm going in with the Maliboo, which is that grayish nude, and I did like this. I thought this was pretty. I'm not like blown away, but I thought it was pretty. So I applied that to the lips, and that's it. I don't know. I just feel like I looked a little bit sick, or a little bit just not, I looked a little bit dull in this video. So let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe I'm being too hard on myself. These are my first impression. Like I said, I'm going to do another video. I'll keep you guys updated. I love you guys. Let me know below what you think. I'm really curious. I'll see you in the next one.
We're back from the dead.